Welcome back, everybody, to Let's Play Valkyria Chronicles. I am your host, Alexander Frost, and this is episode 6. Now, when last we left off, we finished the west bank of Vassal City successfully, not quite as well as I would have liked to. I believe we only destroyed one tank. Pardon me a moment here. Phlegm. Little phlegm there. So, next we are going to meet Ellet, the war correspondent.
Hey there! You guys aren't with Squad 7 by any chance, are ya?
Yes, that's us.
Bingo! I've been looking for you. Meaning you, hot stuff, on the tank.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me,
That must make you Lieutenant Gunther, am I right?
Yeah. Yes, that's me.
Oopsie daisy.
What? Hey, you can't...
Ah, nice to meet you too. Now, let's get right to the questions. So, you're the son of the great General Gunther, huh? You look awfully young. How old are you anyway? Must be your first war, huh? What's been the hardest experience so far? Wait, happiest. Funniest. I'd also like to know hobbies, favorite
Whoa.
foods, what you do on your days
Hey,
off.
lady! This is a combat zone. Excuse me, but what are you doing here anyway?
Hey, give me a break, will ya? Scoops are near danger, and I'm near scoops. That's right. The name's Ellet. I'm GBS Radio's top woman reporter. I smell a story, a good story, and you guys are it.
So, you're a reporter?
Very good, I'm a reporter, yes. I've been assigned to Squad 7 to conduct a series of interviews, thank you. Now, let's get back to those questions, shall we?
So yes, we have a war correspondent who is going to be following us for the duration of the game, I think. I haven't finished the game, so I am not entirely sure. I've heard a lot of people say they don't like Ellet. Now, I don't mind her personally, but that hat has got to go, or at least get it in a different color. I mean, green and pink? Really?
Now he's giving interviews? Who does he think he is? Ooh, look at him. Son of some big hero. Please, he's still a schoolboy.
No kidding. One little win and he's the new Grand Duke. I hate kids. Whatever, he'll learn soon enough. Only one thing matters out there in the field, and that's experience.
Chapter 4, Operation Cloudburst.
Now, before we continue on, yes, it's going to tell us about the weapons, personnel, and glossary tabs. What these are basically pages of information that correspond to various things. Then there's Castlefront Street, which is, well, I will explain that. You know what? I'll go ahead and, Good lord. Good lord. Before we move on to Chapter 4, we'll go to Tab Select. So the Personnel, Weapons, and Glossary tabs are basically, they have information pertaining to everything in the game. So we have information on Welkin, Alicia, Isara, every character that we have encountered thus far. And then some. The thing is, though, as you can clearly see, there's a full page, but not a lot of information. As the game goes on, information will be filled in. Now, as a gamer, you're supposed to actually read little bits and pieces as you go through the game. But because this is going to take a very long time, I am hesitant upon doing so. So I'm thinking what I'll probably do is wait until I finish the game completely before going and then make a couple of videos devoted specifically to the personnel tab, so you can read everything all at once instead of having to go through it one bit at a time. And it'll help you. It'll help explain each character's backstory and such. But again, the problem with that is there's just so much. The weaponry tab refers to weapons that you have, like the Galleon rifle. Once you get these weapons, it'll stay full up like this. So when a new bit of information is added, it means a new entry is added, a whole new weapon, instead of you know, adding more information to an existing entry. So you don't really need to keep up with this stuff. The one thing that is sort of important is the glossary. It has information on pretty much every little bit of backstory. The Principality of Gallia, Gallia's history, their topography, Brule. You know, again, this is stuff that is just, again, I think I will wait until the end of the game and make a group of separate videos for the glossary, the personnel, and weapons tabs. So if you have any questions about certain characters and why they act the way they act, they're just gonna have to wait until the end of the game, I'm afraid. Now we move back to headquarters. Now I took the opportunity before recording to do a little off-screen farming. As you notice, we now have about 19,000 points and 19,000 drachma. I really need to look up what the money system is. In fact, I will do that as soon as I'm done recording. Give me a moment here, folks. I'm going to make a little mental note so I don't forget again. Look up Valkyria Chronicles money system. There, and I wrote it in felt tip permanent marker, so I will not miss it. Okay, so as you can see here, we now have something new called the Castlefront Cemetery, which has the writing on the wall, and the War Cemetery. We will start with the Castlefront Street.
Hey, Lieutenant! Off duty today? Your timing's perfect. There's something I want to show you. Won't take but a minute. Come on. Ta-da! It's the writing on the wall, written and published by yours truly. Why do this when I already have a radio news gig, you say? Sure, I could leave it up to the print news guys, but they're all lapdogs. The government censors everything. And not just a little cut here and there. In some cases, they'll bend the harsh truth into candy-sweet propaganda. I'm so sick of it. I want to give my readers the truth. That includes the bad stuff, too. So, this is my brilliant plan. The writing on the wall. Some things were only possible in out-of-the-way spots like this, out of sight from those government goons. I'll keep this space filled with up-to-date, absolutely factual info. No censorship. And your exploits will feature heavily, I'm sure. So yeah, come by and have a read sometime.
So simply put, they will have information. It's basically a newspaper, and they'll have new information that gets updated as we complete various battles. So we'll start off with the signs of the Gallian resistance. In an interview given on the 8th, a spokesman for the Central Gallian Armed Forces suggested a massive anti-imperial counterstrike brewing. Should this come to pass, all eyes will be on how a force that has thus far specialized in retreat can stem the imperial incursion that has claimed most of Gallia by last month's end, and now stands before the gates of Randgries. It seems the militia will join the army proper on this bid to free the capital from a siege, a feat that has persisted for weeks now. Some suggest that this move is due to the army's desire to conserve its own manpower for combat within the city's wall, a very real possibility should this plan fail. Doesn't sound too good. No censorship indeed. The Empire-owned and run Terrace news outlet reported on the 6th that Imperial forces have claimed the coastal Federation city of Aula. Yeah, I said that right. If true, the Empire would now hold a supply route for Ragnite transit, greatly influencing their standing in southern Europa. Unlike the northern provinces, Europa's south lacks for Ragnite, meaning that supplies must be shipped in from elsewhere to sustain the Empire's offensive. The Empire's hold on Europa's southern coast means that expanse of the conflict to all areas of the continent is more likely now than ever before. The Federation has yet to issue a statement regarding the Empire's alleged seizure of Valua at this time. Aside from me mispronouncing a few things, I think I did that rather well. So you're probably wondering, why is the money counter in the upper right corner of the screen when this is obviously a free news service? Well,
And while you're here, I want to put a book out someday, right? To put the truth in the hands of the people. But I'm just a radio news grunt, you know? I'll be paying for everything out of my own pocket. So, I figured I'd ask you. Think you could find it in your wallet's heart to help a girl get started? I'd make it worth your while. You guys could feature in the book I write. I still haven't decided what all I want to put in it, but I promise it'll be all about you. See this fat stack of notes? Got a ton of material already. So how about it? Call it an investment in the future rising star of authordom. Please.
so basically we will unlock little side stories as the game progresses. So every once in a while you'll definitely want to come back here and check the news and see if there's anything new worth buying. Now it's pretty cheap to start, only 1100 for Ellet Embedded, but it's a little bit of extra story and it kind of fills out the overall story really well. So we'll go ahead and buy it. I mean, it's not like we don't have the money to burn.
Thanks a million.
And since there's nothing else left, all we can do now is take off.
I plan on putting out new editions periodically, so drop by to check it out often.
I will.
Especially after you've made some headlines on the battlefield. That's the perfect time to strike. I'm counting on you out there, Welkin. You need to keep me supplied with exciting material.
And now the War Cemetery. It's important that you check here before going to the training field, and I will show you why.
Paying your respects? Sorry, I suppose that was a foolish question.
Actually, no, sir. I'm not here visiting anyone in particular.
Oh, then might I ask what brings you to a place like this?
I find it sobering, standing here in front of all those who died in the last war. That and seeing this much death reminds me that humans are just another part of nature.
Don't suppose I've ever heard that before. Judging from your clothes, you're militia.
Yes, sir. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther. I'm in charge of Squad 7, Regiment 3.
Gunther. I see. Squad leader, Very impressive for a young man.
Not at all, sir. I'm still woefully inexperienced. One wrong order from me and my squad could wind up here. It's a huge responsibility.
You respect the weight of their lives. Here, let me teach you a special order.
An order, sir? I'm sorry. Who did you say you were?
Just a leftover from the last war. I'm afraid my orders require some experience, though. I can't in good faith teach them to those who lack the maturity to use them properly. Now, let's see. I'll teach you retreat today. Use it to command an injured unit to pull out of combat. Well, what is your decision?
And that is why you should always check here first. Because one, orders are not so much given at random, but if you don't have enough experience to purchase the order, there's a chance that when you come back later, if you advance too much of the story and you come back with the experience you need, he might not have that same order available for you to purchase. So if it's an order you want, get it immediately. And the other thing is, orders can be rather expensive. With that much experience, I could easily level up one of my classes, maybe two. But again, I took the time to go do a little leveling or grinding, so I have plenty of experience. And yes, we will learn Retreat. It's a good order to have.
Very good. I hope my orders can assist you in saving the nation.
I'm sure they will.
I hope we'll meet again. Should you wish, you can likely find me here.
So the retreat order is as it sounds. Using the map mode, Welkin can order a unit to retreat regardless of their position on the battlefield, no having to go all the way back to their base to do it. It's useful if a unit gets cut off or is badly injured and has no chance of escaping intercept fire without getting cut down. So, that said and done, we're going to head off to the command room because I'm sure we've got a few new people we can recruit.
Hello, Welkin. Here to fine-tune your squad?
Indeed I am.
Oh, and there have been some new recruits. You should take a look at the master list.
Now, I believe there's only 2 or 3 new recruits each time over. So first things first. First we have Motley Leonard. What the hell is that? Acmo... What does that mean? Deathly afraid of pointed objects, being around lancers makes them hyperventilate, steadily losing HP. Well... I am sure there's a very good reason for that. I believe this falls into the category of unique potentials and that only Montley has it. Who else is new? Ah, Miss Ica. I can't have Ica without anyone... Do I have him, maybe? I do not. What is up with that? Well, we'll fix that. I'll definitely be taking Ica along. Besides, she calls me boss. I like being called boss. Anyone else new? Anyone? No? Doesn't look like. Nope, that looks like not. So, let's see. Who can I get rid of? Well, I said that Susie was not going to be with us because I don't trust her and her humanitarian. But I'd rather not replace her unless I have another scout to take her place, so I'll keep her for now, and instead get rid of Haynes. Yes, I was going to get rid of him anyways.
Thanks for everything, Mr. Gunther, sir. Call me if I can help.
Probably not. Ica!
Hey there. I'm Ica Thompson. I'll try my best. Sound good, Welkin?
Now, let's see. Let me go ahead and trim up the rest of the squad to get rid of the few people I don't need while I'm thinking about it. No, I'll hang on to Yoko. I don't think there's really anyone else I need to get rid of right now. Don't want Cherry. Don't like him. You know what? I have Jan, so he can't be any worse than Susie, so you're out.
You've been a wonderful leader, sir. I am a bit relieved to be done with combat.
Hey, I'm Motley Leonard. How goes it?
Wow, your balls haven't dropped yet, have they?
Come back anytime you need to change your lineup, Lieutenant. Ah,
that reminded me of something I needed to check. I'll come back to headquarters in a moment. In a previous video, someone asked if Isara was like 12 years old. And I now have the opportunity to show you that no, she is not 12 years old. I was also wrong about Welkin's age. I thought he was only about a year older than Isara. He's actually 22 years old, so that was on me. Miss Melchiot here is 19, and Isara is actually 16. She's just small, that's all. She's just a little teeny tiny cute thing. So, now that I have proven that, back to headquarters. Yes, I would like to do that. Sadly, I will not be accomplishing much because, well, there's just a lot of plot. In fact, I'm not even going to go into Chapter 4 yet. Okay. So, off to the training field to spend what's left of our experience.
Welcome to your worst nightmare, maggots!
What's up?
Train all you want. I've got all day.
And I got a crap ton of experience to throw at you. Now, I've only got one sniper for now, but I would like to level her up, so... Yes. 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 A little more. Alright, let's see what that does.
You're better than this.
There we go.
Good work, maggots. Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the scouts.
Good.
Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the engineers.
Good. Now, I would like very much to have everyone at level 4. So, we push the Lancers up. I would kind of like to have everyone at level 5, maybe even 6, but that would be over-preparing, I think. I could probably get through Chapter 4 with everyone at level 4, although I would like very much for them to be closer to level 5. The Scouts, at the very least, I would like to be at level 5, just because I'm going to be using the Scouts more on the next mission than I am anyone else. So,
I got no use for tears. Sweat, sweat, sweat.
in hindsight, I just realized I'm barely going to be using the Lancers at all in the next mission, so I probably should have not even bothered leveling them up. Oh well, I can get more experience, it's no big deal.
Good work, maggots. Looks like that session beat a new potential out of the Lancers.
Okay, so that wasn't a bad thing. Alright, I want to push my Scouts at least up to level 5 before I begin the next mission. That should be pretty easy to obtain. I can get that on a skirmish mission outside of Rule easily. The only thing left to do, I believe, is to check the R&D. See what kind of new stuff they have for sale, because I mean, god, I got 20,000, almost 20,000 whatever currency that is, so...
Welkin, bro!
Alright, what you got for me, bro? Dude, nothing? You have nothing? How much you want to bet I have to wait till the beginning, until right before the next mission? I have to go through some of the plot first, I'll bet. Because I'm just sitting on money that I can't use. No, no new upgrades there, no new upgrades there. What about the Edelweiss? Can I upgrade it at all? Aha! Which is a shame because I'm not even going to be using the Edelweiss that much next mission anyways. But, ooh, expensive. Anti-armor rounds, I will take that. Oh, wait. Important thing to note. You'll get a lot of upgrades at once every time you complete a mission, and a lot of times, they're expensive. So it's always a good idea to check what all is available and then choose from them, because you might not have enough money to buy them all. Now, since it's still pretty early in the game, I think I can afford them all. That's 4,200, 1,700, yeah, I can afford it all, so it's no big deal. My over-preparing has left me with a fair amount of money. A reinforced body, which gives me more HP to the treads and the body. I'll take that. Ooh, and more tread defense. Hell yes. It's good all around. Frontal armor up by 30 points. I'll take it.
Here you go, bro.
Huh? What's this? Well, okay. And I guess sometimes the upgrades will appear if you get something like I grabbed the frontal armor and rolled steel followed. It happens every once in a while. I mean, what else am I going to use my money on, right? And we'll go ahead and grab that spare tread. What's that, hardened plate? Yeah, I'll grab that spare tread. And now let's go on ahead and put it somewhere, because all we've got is hardened plate and a bulletproof visor, so you'll probably actually see, like, spare parts sitting on top of the Edelweiss in the next battle. Alright, and that is it. I am not comfortable with that amount of money. I am not comfortable with that level of cash. I'm going to have to play a mission and fix that.
Come back again soon, bro.
So... before we go...
Report. Ellet embedded. Squad 7 of Regiment 3. My first impression, good. Lieutenant Welkin Gunther, squad leader. Next in command, Sergeant Alicia Melchiot. That lieutenant looks softer than I'd expect for the son of the late General Gunther. And her hometown is Brule, same as Gunther. Could be childhood friends. But if I'm lucky, they were childhood sweethearts. We'll just have to find out how close they are. Next on the list, Sergeant Largo Potter and Corporal Bridget Stark. Oh wait, that's right. Stark had a nickname. Gotta jot that down. Goes by Rosie. There. Looks like those two don't trust Gunther much yet. That could be good. Could be really good. Who does that leave? Right, the tank pilot, Corporal Isara Gunther. Huh, she's the lieutenant's sister. Now that's strange. She looks Darkson to me. Wonder how that comes into the picture. You couldn't ask for a more colorful crew than that, could you? Something tells me these guys are different than the usual troop somehow. Maybe my keen journalistic instincts? Well then... the truth's not gonna uncover itself. Here I come, ready or not.
She's a little funny. And for those of you who are wondering, what is a Darkson? Well, again, this is something I could show you in the glossary tab, but I think it would be better if I just let you see as the game goes on, because believe it or not, that is actually going to come into play very heavily.
There's Sergeant Potter, and Corporal Stark with him. Hey, guys! Mind if I ask a few questions? It'll only take a second.
What? Like an interview? What do you want to go interviewing us for?
Aw, come on, big guy. I bet we'd make better topics than some rich kid.
Wonderful. Let's start with you then, Largo. You fought in the First European War, right?
Yeah, I've been a soldier ever since, too. I'm what you'd call a seasoned warrior, see?
And why did you choose to stay in the force? Most people try to avoid the soldiering life.
It's an honest living, plus I got my reasons. Besides, I ain't the only one. Look at Elle.
Elle? Who's Elle?
If I had to guess, I'd say Eleanor Virat. Captain Virat, that is. 3rd Regiment. It seems you've got quite a history with her. Care to fill in some details for us?
There ain't no details. Is this the trash you want to write about? Look, I'm a busy guy. I'm out of here.
Hey, Largo, wait up!
Oh, just let him go. We can have a little chat, just the two of us girls. So, Rosie. Can I call you Rosie? Beautiful name, by the way. Do you like flowers?
I used to sing at a bar. It was hardly a flower patch, but my nickname there stuck. Tell you what, though. Some customers came from miles away just to hear me sing.
My. So why is a pretty young songbird with a voice as sweet as a rose so thorny towards Lieutenant Gunther and all those others?
I just ain't trusting my back to a stinking dark hair is all.
Traumatic past experience with the Darkson leave you bitter, maybe?
Think what you want. I got better things to do than sit around gabbing about him is all. You can put me down as allergic, yeah? Just chatting and I'm starting to feel sick.
Bet she'd spill the beans if you got her riled up enough. Maybe next time. Still, a veteran carrying a torch for his captain and a Darkson-hating chanteuse? They may be cranky, but they're characters.
Intrusive much, Ellet?
Boo!
Oh, hello, Miss Ellet. How are you?
A little freaked out now. You didn't even bat an eye at that. You were staring at the sky pretty intently. Something up there we should know about?
I'd like to fly. Well, actually, I'd like to fly my brother.
Fly your brother? Care to expound on that? You don't seem the type to have her head in the clouds. It's very romantic.
I believe myself to be quite logical, really. Too logical, perhaps.
Okay, so if you don't mind my asking, how exactly are you and your brother related? Wait, let's leave that for now. How would you describe your brother as a person?
Welks is... objectively speaking, he can seem a little strange sometimes.
I see. Although I'm a little unsure of what that means, coming from you.
But he is a very kind person, and loyal. Anytime my heritage brought me trouble, he was the first to come to my defense.
I see. Sounds like you really love him, huh?
I would say I respect him a great deal.
Gotcha. Sounds like you lucked out in the sibling department then.
Yes, very much so. That's why I'd like to give him the opportunity to fly.
I'm still not sure I follow that exactly, but we'll leave that for another day. Thanks for your time. Next up, Squad Leader Gunther himself. Hello, hello! Are you ready for your big interview?
Hello, Miss Ellet. Hard at work again, I see.
Didn't you already interview him before?
Oh, Alicia, I wanted to get in a chat with you today, too.
Wait, really? You're going to write an article about me?
I can't say whether it'll make the paper, but I do have some questions for you. You've been at Lieutenant Gunther's side since you left Brule. Tell me what he's like.
Wait a minute. You want to interview me about him? Well, let's see. We only met just a few days ago, but... he's a pretty interesting person. You never know what he's going to say next.
I see. So, forget he's your boss for a second. What do you think of him as a guy?
What? I've never really thought about it. I don't know.
Is that so? Well, Lieutenant Gunther, care to comment in her place? Lieutenant, where'd he go?
Huh? Oh, sorry. There was just this crazy-looking bug. I got distracted.
See what I mean? He's an interesting guy, if unpredictable.
No kidding. Now, Lieutenant Gunther, I have a couple of questions for you. First up, how do you feel about this war, as the son of a hero from the First European War?
Same as anybody else, I guess. I want it to be over. Are people looking at me as the son of a hero? Well, maybe I am, but I'm still just me.
Okay then, let's talk about you. What are you fighting for?
I feel like the present world is made up of things we've inherited from the past. We get life and a home from our parents, knowledge from our teachers. And not just the good stuff. Take prejudice against Darksons. That's learned behavior. Every creature out there is trying to pass things along to future generations. I want to pass on what I think is right. I'm fighting for the ability to do that.
Thank you very much. That's all I've got for you today.
Great. We're done? I want to get back to that fascinating insect again.
Huh. You really hit the nail on the head. He's as entertaining as he is unpredictable. I was planning on moving along to the next squad after interviewing everyone in Squad 7. I think I'll stick around and learn a bit more about you Sevens, if you don't mind.
Not at all. Just try to stay out of the combat zones, for your own safety.
I'm not making any promises. I go where the scoop takes me. That's just how I roll.
Well, that concludes Ellet Embedded. And next time we will move on to Chapter 4, Operation Cloudburst. So until next time, folks.